Johnny Roades, he's very tough, man. Like, if I want to finish this dude, I definitely gotta go after it. He's well-rounded. He's very aggressive on the feet. Like, with this guy, you never know what's gonna come in. He's jumping off the cage. He's throwing flying knees. He's doing, spinning kicks. So it's gonna be an exciting fight. He's very experienced. I'm coming in with 2 fights. He has over 20. But, so I do feel like I have the skills and the talents to be able to, make that stuff balance out.
My experience in the cage, brawl time, ground time, all around, just the years I spent into it, so I feel that I have that advantage. I would love to keep it standing, but it's always, as soon as I hit him, we always go to the ground, but that's where I got that wrestling defense to come into, so I'm definitely going to try to keep it standing.
For this fight camp, I've really been focusing on my stand-up. A lot of people say I can't strike, all the thing I can do is wrestle. Anytime people talk about me, all I got is wrestling. Okay, now it's time to prove a lot of people different. So I'm just gonna do what I can do on the feet. I promise you, you'll see a lot more better stand-up from Big Dog.
I've taken massive punches directly to the face, directly to the jaw. I've striked with boxers, legit boxers, like prodigies that weren't able to knock me out. I've been elbowed, head kicked, slammed. So if you can knock me out, I will be impressed.
I'm coming all the way out to Kansas City, Missouri, all the way from East St. Louis. Don't nobody know who I am out there. He's finna be the hometown favorite. The crowd may possibly boo me, but you know what? That brings energy to me. It feeds me. That just let me know that people are doubting me, and like I said, I feed off that. So if they want to do that, they're just gonna make it harder on Johnny Roades.
I think I'll either win by TKO or knockout.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, it is time for our main event of the evening, where wrestling standout Eric Ellington takes on the seasoned veteran in Johnny Roades. As we go to our Alpha Pawn keys to victory, Eric Ellington needs to remain calm here, being the younger guy. He's got to control the pace and look for the takedown. Also, Johnny Roades in his keys to victory, he's got to avoid that takedown at all costs. He needs to mix up his shots, and he's got to push the pace on Ellington. Keep him guessing as to where the next punch is going to come from.
Let's bring out our main event of the evening, Eric Ellington.
Making his way into the cage, it is Eric Ellington. Now, Eric Ellington sports a perfect record as a pro, but tonight the college wrestler is taking on really a truly seasoned veteran and his toughest test yet in Johnny Roades. Now, he was an All-American wrestler, and that's all everyone has talked about this week is the wrestling prowess of Eric Ellington. But he said that my striking has been on point. I have been working that so hard that tonight I'm going to put on a striking clinic.
This could be similar to what we're seeing about Johnny Evelyn, our co-main event. When you're in that cage, anything can happen. The best way is the path of least resistance. If he can take Johnny Roades down and win that way, that's an easier way to victory than standing up and banging with Johnny Roades.
The people who have had success against Johnny Roades have been able to put him in bad positions and keep him there. The problem is the hard part is keeping him there.
100%. Johnny Roades is a seasoned veteran. This is going to be a true test to Eric Ellington.
Let's bring out his opponent tonight, Johnny Roades.
Making his way to the cage, it is Johnny Roades. Now for this fight, Johnny Roades had a switch over to Glory MMA. He says that it has completely changed him out now, that he's working with James Krause. He's working with LC Davis. He also told me that at his old gym, he was coaching. He says now it's all 100% about being the student. And he also puts on one heck of a walkout.
Absolutely. Johnny Roades, always entertaining. He's entertaining in his fights. Like Eric Ellington said in the pre-fight interview, you never know what to expect from Johnny Roades, which makes him very tough to game plan for and very tough in the fight.
Literally, Johnny Roades has some of the craziest highlight reel kicks that he's thrown, landing or not. I mean, he's doing the Anthony Pettis Showtime kick off the cage. He can get in a bad position and instantly reverse it with powerful legs kicking off the cage. He just literally is hard to keep down. Now, in order to take out Ellington, though, Johnny Roades has got to be strategic, aggressive, and be technical. As we go to our first form, tail of the tape, Eric Ellington, 29 years old, 5'6", 134.6 pounds out of East St. Louis, Illinois. Johnny Roades, 28 years old, 5'8", 134.6 pounds out of Kansas City, Missouri. Both of these fighters very, very close in size.
Kansas City, this is our main event of the evening. Anybody wants to see a knockout, let me hear a KO. Tonight, somebody's going down, fighting out of the blue corner this evening. He stands 5 feet 6 inches tall. He weighs in at 134.6 pounds. Fighting out of East St. Louis, Illinois, Eric Ellington. His opponent tonight, fighting from across the cage out of the red corner this evening. He stands 5 feet 8 inches tall. He weighs in at 134.6 pounds. He's a homeboy from right here in Kansas City, Missouri. Give it up for Johnny Roades.
Referee Mike Anglin has the call for this fight. This fight is 3 5-minute rounds in the Shamrock FC Bantamweight division. Johnny Roades in the red tape, Eric Ellington in the blue, and let's face it, Johnny Roades in the red mohawk. Big dog swinging. Nice leg kick there coming out of Ellington. There's the shot, there's that wrestling.
Yeah, very nice job by Ellington to use the strikes to fit in for a very nice takedown.
Roades working the full guard here. Nice open position.
Yeah, Roades likes that elbow from the bottom.
And it is finding a home. Heavy top pressure here coming out of Eric Ellington. A lot of movement here on the bottom. Johnny Roades has a very active guard.
Yeah, absolutely, which is dangerous for the top guy. You have to be very careful when the fighter on bottom is working an active guard.
Roades trying to switch his hips. Ellington takes his back. Roades rolling though.
Very nice scramble.
The sold-out capacity crowd here at Ameristar, Kansas City is on its feet for Johnny Roades. Jeremy Johnson along tonight with my partner Kevin Angle for Shamrock FC 298. Big elbow coming out of Roades.
Yeah, Roades is switching from the Kimura position to the elbow.
Trying to defend that takedown here out of Ellington. Again, those elbows from that position it's rough. I mean, that's a knockout waiting to happen, getting hit on the temple again. Johnny Roades got his back taken here, though, by Ellington. Trapping the legs. Are we going to see another dive technique here?
Roades is working the Kimura.
Ellington with that takedown. Just drives over and follows. Now he's starting to land some bombs here against Roades. Ellington is just sticking to him like glue.
Yeah, Ellington a little bit shorter, seems to be a little bit more powerful, but Roades is doing a good job of using his experience and staying very calm. As we said, the longer this fight goes, the better for Johnny Roades.
Big hands coming out of Ellington. Roades just kind of gives him a little smile.
Ellington taking a couple deep breaths already.
Ellington has put in a lot of work so far. Little spin from Roades kind of knocked him off balance there. Ate a few shots by Ellington. Again, big shot coming out of Ellington. Literal diving power double and gets the takedown.
Yeah, he shot from a long way away. Roades right back up.
Yeah, working that overhook whizzer position.
This is going to be tiring and frustrating for Ellington if every time he works for a takedown, Roades gets up immediately.
Ellington trying to keep heavy pressure here as we are down to just over 1 minute remaining in the first round of this fight.
1 minute left, Kansas City. Let's get these guys fired up. Let's go.
Again, Ellington trying to duck under, but Roades has none of it and lands a nice knee.
Yeah, Roades would be smart to keep working those knees to the body.
Roades gets a separation, but a big breath out of Ellington.
Absolutely. That's exactly why Roades needs to keep working those knees to the body on the inside. Keep working on the tiring out Ellington.
Johnny Roades is so durable.
He's just walking forward with his hands up, letting Ellington throw as hard as he can.
Roades now starting to find a home for that left. Good combination, though, out of Ellington. Ellington, though, breathing very heavy. 10 seconds remaining here in the first round. Nice body kick there coming out of Roades. He gets the takedown.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to thank our sponsors for tonight's event.
With all of the takedowns out of Ellington, but a lot of damage coming from Roades. How do you see that one?
Yeah, I'm going to give the round to Ellington, but towards the end of that round, we kind of started seeing the tide of the fight turning a bit. We'll see if this minute break Ellington's going to have is going to be enough for him to gain enough energy back to win the second round.
As we go to our Olathe Toyota instant replay here, Johnny Roades bumping those hips, trying to get out of this position. Ellington takes his back, but a roll out there coming from Roades. I mean, that is a true veteran move.
Yeah, very slick move. Rolling out, looking for a possible knee bar, but getting a good escape back to his feet.
So now, if you are in the corner here of Johnny Roades, as we see James Krause and LC Davis giving him some advice, what would you be telling him?
I'd tell him he's getting tired. Keep throwing sharp, straight punches. Defend the takedowns. If he gets you down, get to the cage, get up immediately.
Second round here in this 3-round contest. Eric Ellington in the blue, Johnny Roades in the red. Roades still pushing forward. Nice shot to the body from Roades.
Yeah, if I'm in Rhodes' corner again, I want that pressure to continue. I think the pressure of Roades with the hands up was tiring out Ellington. Ellington's catching a breather right now.
Big long shot and still gets it.
Roades working back up though. Roades needs to work immediately back up.
But what a shot from Ellington. How far away was that? He literally shot from almost halfway across the cage.
Very far away. And that's something that normally Johnny Roades is able to defend.
This just shows the high-level All-American prowess of Eric Ellington in his wrestling. Moving himself here into half-guard position, starting to deal some ground upon. Gets the back of Roades. Roades fighting the hands.
Roades doesn't want to sit here too long, though. He's letting Ellington rest. Even if he can defend all the submission attempts, he needs to put the pressure on Ellington.
Ellington here holding on to the back as Roades fighting the hands, looking to try to turn in. Ellington, though, trying to shift his hips to maintain that back position.
Roades needs to put his back a little more towards the mat. You take the risk of giving up the mount if they're fast, but at least that creates a scramble. Put his back to the mat and turn hard into Ellington.
But this is bad in the judge's eyes for Johnny Roades.
Absolutely. Ellington right now is winning this round. He's in the dominant position.
Ellington trying to work for that rear naked choke, trying to throw a lot of little punches to soften up Roades.
Roades wants to get his hips low and then turn into Ellington.
Ellington trying to land some, Roades trying to land some shots here. Trying to break that position.
Roades isn't going to win the fight landing punches while his back is being taken. And for an armbar.
Ellington looking for that armbar. Nice transition. Roades stacking. Can Ellington finish it?
Roades needs a posture. He's in a triangle.
Oh, this is not where Ellington wants to end up.
Roades needs to get the legs back.
Big elbow there coming from Roades.
Roades looking right at his corner. James Strauss telling him to push the head of Ellington down to the ground.
Again, big takedown there coming from Ellington. Nice elbow there out of Roades.
That's one of the differences of Johnny Roades switching camps. He had the coaching of James Strauss the whole time while he was working on defending that takedown.
Now he's looking at a potential reverse triangle, starting to land some heavy punches to the body.
That reverse triangle is in.
1 minute left. Kansas City makes some noise.
It's tight.
It is tight, ladies and gentlemen.
He can elbow from here also.
Big elbows to the body. Starting to elbow to the head. Ellington pulls away.
Kansas City.
Ellington able to get back in top position out of a very dangerous reverse triangle from Roades. But again, he's eating these elbows, but he spent so much time, Roades spent so much time on it, having his back taken. No matter what he did, I think he lost this round.
Absolutely. I mean, he might have stolen it if he kept that reverse triangle for the rest of the round. I think Ellington definitely sealed the round by ending up in top position.
Now, very interesting as we see Ellington going to his corner. He's shaking out his hand.
Yeah, might have hurt his hand. Looks like he hurt his hand a little bit in there somewhere. How bad remains to be seen.
Shamrock FC ring girl Courtney doing work tonight inside the cage for your main event tonight as we go to our Olathe Toyota instant replay here. This was the story of this round. Ellington had the back, looks for that armbar. Good work here though out of Johnny Roades to survive. Turns out of it able to move, get his own position here, and starts landing some heavy shots.
You know, I'd rather be safe than sorry type of guy. If I am in the corner of Ellington, I would have wanted him to wait till the last 30 seconds of the round to attempt that submission. He was in such a dominant position. If you don't know you have it, why risk losing your position?
Third and final round in our main event here tonight at Ameristar Casino in Kansas City. Shamrock FC 298. Eric Ellington in the blue, Johnny Roades in the red. Kevin, how do you see this fight on the scorecards?
I have it 2 rounds to none for Eric Ellington.
Big right hand from Ellington.
But each round was close.
Superman punch out of Ellington. Starting to throw more hands there in this third and final round, trying to use that feint. Roades going up high, but doesn't set it up with anything.
Exactly. You throw a 1-2 before that, that might land. Very nice jab out of Eric Ellington.
Comes around with a big left. It almost feels like Ellington has gotten his second wind here.
Yeah, definitely looks that way. I think Ellington's getting a little breather by using that great jab.
He's using it almost to make space.
Absolutely. That's when he's catching his breath. Firing off that jab, catching his breath, getting his wind back. Roades needs to throw some punches. He's just walking forward, but he's not throwing any punches himself.
Yet Roades is literally just shelling up and walking forward.
He's tiring out Ellington, but that needed to be done in the first and second round. Third round, he's got to throw some punches to win this fight.
Big leg kick there coming out of Ellington. Roades trying to throw some shots now. Ellington answering back. Ellington showing much crisper striking in this round. Roades literally has got to do something. Halfway through the third and final round. Big hands, spinning back kick though. Big takedown there coming out of Ellington.
Great job by Ellington. Saw Roades spin, shot right in for a nice, easy takedown.
We are down to just 2 minutes remaining here in the third and final round. Eric Ellington in top position. Johnny Ray with that open guard here. But those elbows from the bottom have to do something. He's got to finish this fight.
Absolutely. Roades has to look for a finish. Can't just throw elbows from the bottom and expect to win this fight. Roades could work for an omoplata.
Playing the rubber guard position. Ellington having none of it. Roades able to get back up, but a lot of pressure here coming out of Ellington onto Roades. Big elbow. Ellington shakes it off and starts throwing some hands. Down to 1 minute remaining in the fight.
Oh, knee to the face from Roades.
Again, Ellington with the takedown, absolutely landing them at will, controlling where this fight goes.
Yeah, the story of this fight has been the power double of Eric Ellington.
30 seconds left, Kansas City, let him hear
We are down to just 30 seconds remaining here in our main event. Eric Ellington controlling that top game, using his wrestling. Roades going to box in the ears. 10 seconds. What a fight for our main event.
A very good, experience for Eric Ellington. I think he won all 3 rounds, and it's good for a young fighter to go 3 hard rounds like that against an experienced guy like Johnny Roades. Johnny Roades seems to have a lot of energy here after the fight that I feel like he probably should have used in the fight.
Absolutely. As we go to our Olathe Toyota instant replay here, we see Eric Ellington landing the nice punches. The shot, though, there, the spinning back kick, Ellington dumping underneath, landing that power double.
Absolutely. Ellington landed the power double 90% of the times he threw it. He went for it.
Again, Johnny Roades still has an amazing amount of energy. Eric Ellington just looks like he's dying in the corner. But Ellington fought a very, very smart fight.
Absolutely, and Ellington was right. He has been working on his stand-up. His kickboxing and boxing looked very crisp tonight.
It's time. Let's send it up to the cage as we go to the judges' decisions for our main event tonight.
Ladies and gentlemen, before we go to the scorecards this evening, let's give both of these fighters a big round of applause. Going to the scorecards this evening, Judge A scores the bout 29-28. Judge B scores the bout 30-27, and Judge C scores the bout 29-28. Your winner by unanimous decision out of the blue corner this evening, Eric Ellington. Ladies and gentlemen, don't forget, we are going to have the after party at Amera Sports Bar right now.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, I am here with your winner, Eric Big Dog Ellington. Now, Eric, you came in against a very tough seasoned veteran in Johnny Roades. At any point in time in the fight, did you feel like you were in danger?
I said a little bit. Like I said, I really tried to work my stand up against this guy because I knew that's what he was all about. I wanted to show people I can strike, but I just got to get that cardio up to par so I can be able to showcase those skills.
So tonight, your wrestling was the definitive advantage here in the fight. Was that your game plan the whole time?
Not necessarily. So like I said in the interview earlier, I dictate what I want to do. If I want to stand up, I'm going to stand up. If I want to take him down, I'm going to take him down, and that's what I did tonight.
All right, so now what is next for Eric Ellington?
I really don't know. Whatever Shamrock brings to the table, I'm just ready to sign so I can continue to move forward.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, it is your winner out of St. Louis, Missouri, Eric Big Dog Ellington.